Welcome, everyone. You've reached Grandma Mo, and we're covering the games on Saturday. The Phoenix Mercury were taking on the New York Liberty in Phoenix, and the Phoenix Mercury come away with a win. They played well. And New York does not look like New York. I mean, at times they do, but they're... I saw a couple comments on on some posts on Facebook and stuff, and it was just like, oh, New York's not going to win back-to-back. But they're missing Sabrina. They're missing Sabali. They just got Harrison back. They just got Stewie back. I don't count New York out, but they are, they don't look like world beaters right now. So, anyway, the Mercury get the victory, 80-63. And it was closer than this, like midway through the fourth quarter. And then the Mercury pulled away right in the end. So, first quarter, it was 16-17. Phoenix was up, and then New York outscored them in the second, 23-20. So, New York had a lead at halftime. But then they only scored 10 points in the third quarter. Just the third quarter killed them. And then Phoenix had 18, and then Phoenix outscored them by 11 in the fourth quarter. New York looked like they just ran out of gas. 25-14. And, even Stewie wasn't enough for New York. But they're missing UNESCO. So that's a big piece to not have on a team. Her and Sabali are out. I don't know for how much longer they are going to be out. So Phoenix is now 25-14, and they are tied with Atlanta and the Aces. So there's a logjam from 2-4, and then New York is solidly in fifth place. They're now 24-16. But their next game is against the Valkyries, and normally I would say the Valkyries wouldn't be able to beat them, but if they play like this and the Valkyries play the way they're playing, I don't know. So points in the paint were pretty even. Phoenix got 13 second chance points to New York's 2 points. Phoenix's biggest lead was 19, which was right there at the end. But New York had 19 turnovers. And Phoenix got 26 points off those turnovers. Phoenix had 12 turnovers, but New York only got 7 points off those. So, let's see here. New York shot 47%. They shot 44% from three. So that's actually pretty good. They were 12 for 27. And Phoenix shot 44% from the floor. So they were New York actually outshot them all around. Phoenix was 8 for 25 from three, so they missed a lot more threes. They only got 8 of them, and they took 25 shots. So New York got, 12 more points? No, wait, that's 16. 8, 16 more points from three, but it didn't help them. Let's see. And New York out-rebounded. No, they didn't. Okay. Phoenix out-rebounded them, but it was close. It was 30-28. So, let's see. Steals were pretty even. Phoenix got more blocks. They got 5. They've been blocking people's shots lately. Natasha Mack has just been playing so well for them. She has been, she's pretty, no one ever talks about her or, but defensively, she's been fantastic for them. Just very solid. And, she guards the other team's bigs really well. Really well. She was coming off the bench earlier in the season, and they've elevated her. So both teams had 3 players in double figures. So we'll look at New York first. Stewie had 14 points. She was 4 for 9, 2 for 5 from 3, and she went to the line 5 times. She had 2 steals, a turnover, 3 assists, and 6 rebounds. Emma Messeman had 17 points. She led New York. She had 3 steals, 2 assists, 4 rebounds. She was 7 for 9. She did really well in this game. But it just was not, they didn't get enough from, like, Jonquil Jones only scored 6 points. She had 5 turnovers, 4 assists, 6 rebounds. She was 3 for 8. How are you 3 for 8 when you're 6'6"? I don't know. They didn't get enough from Jonquil Jones or Phoebish. Phoebish only had 4 points. She had a turnover, an assist, 6 rebounds. She was 1 for 7. 1 for 5 from 3. Cloud had 13 points. She looked like she was struggling with the mask, though. It seemed like it was moving on her, and not so much shooting, but there were times where when she was making a pass or she was just, bumping a little with people, it seemed like it was bothering her. But those can't be easy to play. And the mask that she had, like Tiffany Hayes has one, but it's much more open. It kind of is 2, bars going across and then the one down your nose. But the one Cloud wore looked like a Halloween mask. Like it just had your openings for your eyes. Just a different kind of mask. I've never seen that one before. So she had 2 turnovers, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. She was 3 for 6 from 3 and 5 for 10 overall, so she didn't shoot bad. Kennedy Burke, that's another player that they didn't get much out of this game. She's usually contributing quite a bit, and she did not. And then same thing with Johannes. Like, they just didn't get much from, like the rest of it's like 2 points, 2 points, 4 points, 1, 0. Johannes only had 4 points. She just made 2 hoops. She was 0 for 3 from 3. Talbot didn't play much, but she didn't score. She ended up with a turnover and an assist. Gardner had 2 points, and then Harrison got in. She only played 6 minutes, though, so she had 2 points. And then you have Phoenix. Sabley had 14 points. Thomas had 14 points. She didn't get even a double-double this game. She had 9 assists. She was close. But the leading scorer was Kahleah Copper. She's been playing really well lately. Last few games, she's done really well. I guess it was her birthday, so 22 points on her birthday. She had 1 steal, 3 turnovers, 2 rebounds. She was 5 for 10 from 3 and 7 for 15 overall. So good game for Copper, or KFC. Natasha Mack had 8 points, 10 rebounds. She was 4 for 5 on her shooting. She should take more. Get the ball down low to her and let her work. Alyssa Thomas had 14 points, 9 rebounds. 9 assists, 5 rebounds. She had 2 turnovers. She was 6 for 12, and then 2 for 4 from the line. And then Sabley was 4 for 9, and then 3 for 5 from 3. She had 2 turnovers, 3 steals, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. Someone that's 6'4", you would think she would get more rebounds, but Sabley is out taking threes a lot of the time. Nicole McConney, she had 5 points, 4 assists, a steal. She was 1 for 3 from 3, 2 for 7 overall. Sammy Whitcomb did not score in this game. That's unusual. She usually at least hits a 1-3, but she only took 2. So she had a steal, 2 turnovers, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And then Bonner had 9 points. She had 7 rebounds. She was 1 for 5 from 3, 4 for 9 overall. And then Lexi Held hit a hoop. She had 2 points. So that one wraps up this game. We're into basically tomorrow's September 1st, and the last games are on the 11th. So we got like 11 days left. This ought to be interesting to see how, the top 4 teams have clinched playoff spots, but it'll be interesting to see where they all land. Like the Mercury and Vegas and Atlanta all have 14 losses. So it'll be interesting to see who's 1, 2, and who's 2, 3, and 4. Because that could, I don't know. Because if you're 4 and New York stays, if it stayed where it is now, if you're 4, you got to play New York first round of the playoffs. That is your hardest matchup. Although, everybody in the playoffs should be tough. But we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. The WNBA has been just so exciting this year. And I'm guessing the playoffs is going to be just as exciting. So that's it for this one. And we'll see you next time.